I was about to tell my wife I have terminal cancer. Before I could speak, she confessed she's been having an affair and is pregnant with his baby. I was about to tell my wife that I have terminal cancer and only months to live, but before I could speak, she broke down crying and confessed she's been having an affair. She's pregnant. It's not mine. I sat there and let her finish. Then I got up and walked out without saying a word. I met Laura 12 years ago. We got married after 2 years of dating, built a life together, bought a house, talked about kids, but it never happened. She said she wasn't ready. I didn't push. I thought we had time. 3 weeks ago, I started feeling tired all the time, lost weight without trying, went to the doctor thinking it was stress. They ran tests, then more tests. Then a specialist sat me down and told me I had pancreatic cancer. Stage 4, spread to my liver. 6 months if I was lucky. I drove home in a daze. I sat in the driveway for an hour trying to figure out how to tell my wife I was dying. I practiced the words. I wanted to be calm for her. That night I made her favorite dinner, poured her wine, sat down across from her and said I needed to tell her something important. She started crying before I could get the words out. I thought somehow she already knew. Then she said it. I've been sleeping with someone from work for 8 months. I'm pregnant. It's his. I just stared at her. She kept talking. She said she was sorry. She said it just happened. She said she felt disconnected from me. His name was Drew, accounting. She wanted to be honest because she couldn't live with the guilt anymore. When she finished, she looked at me with tears streaming down her face. She asked if I was going to say anything. I stood up. I said I needed some air, and I walked out the front door. I didn't tell her about the cancer. I didn't tell her that the dinner was supposed to be my goodbye. I didn't tell her I had spent 3 days figuring out how to make her comfortable after I was gone. I just left. I stayed at my brother's house that night, told him everything. The cancer, the affair, the baby. He asked what I was going to do. I said I didn't know yet. The next morning, Laura called me 40 times. She sent texts begging me to come home. She said she made a mistake. She said we could work through it. She said she would end things with Drew completely. I didn't respond. Instead, I called a lawyer. I filed for divorce that afternoon. It would take about 90 days to finalize. I might not be alive to see it finished, but I didn't care. I needed it started. A week later, I told Laura about the cancer. Not in person. I sent her an email. I told her I was diagnosed before she confessed. I told her I had been planning to spend my last months making sure she would be taken care of. I told her that plan had changed. She showed up at my brother's house an hour later, hysterical. She said I couldn't leave her like this. She said she needed me. She said she was sorry, and if she had known, she never would have told me about the affair. That last part stuck with me. She wasn't sorry she did it. She was sorry she told me, because now she had to deal with consequences. I told her to leave. She refused. She said we needed to talk about the house and finances. I told her my lawyer would handle that. She asked what she was supposed to do. I said that sounded like a question for Drew. She cried harder. She said Drew didn't want the baby. He had a girlfriend. He told Laura it was a mistake and wanted nothing to do with her. So the man she threw away our marriage for had already thrown her away too. I won't pretend I didn't feel something, but it wasn't satisfaction. It was just tired. I was so tired. The divorce is moving forward. I changed my will. Everything goes to my brother and his kids. Laura gets nothing. The house is in my name, so she'll have to move out after I'm gone. My life insurance was through my job. She was the beneficiary. I changed it to my niece's college fund. Laura's parents called me last week. They said I was being cruel. They said she made a mistake and I should forgive her. I told them she spent 8 months sleeping with another man while I was working overtime to pay for the house she wanted. She got pregnant by him while telling me she wasn't ready for kids with me. She only confessed because she got caught by her own body. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. Every day for 8 months she chose him. Now I'm choosing myself for whatever time I have left. I'm not angry anymore. I don't have the energy for it. I'm spending my last months with people who actually love me. My brother, my parents, old friends I reconnected with. I went fishing last weekend for the first time in years. It was a good day. Laura texts me sometimes. She says she still loves me. She asks if we can talk. I don't respond. I don't hate her. I just have nothing left to say. Some people don't realize what they have until it's gone. She's going to spend the rest of her life knowing she wasted our last year together on someone who didn't even want her. That's not revenge. That's just the truth.